Hello. We're going to the last dungeon of the post-Stormblood content. Ghimlyt Dark, okay? We're in war now, you guys. This is a big deal. Also, it's kind of difficult to navigate, so you really gotta pay attention to where you're running. Also, the NPCs are with us. When they update the Stormblood dungeons with duty support, all these dungeons will likely change, and then you'll also be able to run with NPCs. Yeah. Okay. I parked this here, but it was mostly because I couldn't figure out which direction to go. It looks like you can go down here to this area. Okay. I was just facing kind of the wrong way. Or this area. Unless that's where we came from. I'm super bad at directions. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just keep going down this way. But anyway. Alright, so we take care of this group of ads. This is also a good test to see, though, like how well the healer does. Sometimes... Okay, ooh, watch out for that. Sometimes it's nice to just do a first small pull to see what the healer is capable of. If they're a new healer, then it's like, okay, I don't want to do big pulls. But if my health is pretty good and all this stuff, then it's kind of like, okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, so seriously. Again, I haven't figured out how to move my recording thingy. It's usually hiding my map, so I try to move the map. But yeah, this is where the next one would be, probably. So if you want to keep pulling stuff, I believe you can keep going down there. But as you can see, I'm keeping it small. Okay. Alright, then we keep going down this way. Alright, yeah. It's all kind of dark and like there's stuff everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of difficult. But you might be able to pull all of those pulls all the way down here. That's what I'm saying. Looks so, well, looks like you can go. Maybe it was blocked off. Who knows? Because that would be like 4 pulls. And then this would be like, yeah, okay. In any case, we got a really big pull here. So I'm like, from what I've seen, the healer seems to do really well. So I'm just gonna take all this here. Okay, we got these big AoEs. So watch out for all that. Oh, the AoE went down and then it kind of destroyed this wall. The AoEs would open up this up. Anyway, watch out. Also right now you see a lot of little twinberries hanging out with me. It's because there's an event right now where you can get that outfit. Okay, this wall broke, so we can go down here to the first boss. This first boss is definitely a little spicy, okay. Alright. Tank Buster. And now we got AoEs on everybody, so just spread out. As you can see, there is some overlap here, but that's fine as long as one of your person isn't overlapped with it. So like as long as it's not like this, like I'm not overlapping with an actual player, then it's fine. But just like the edges overlapping is fine. Okay, after that, the boss will turn and have a cleave here, but this rotating thing, might not have seen that too much yet. So what this means is the boss is going to cleave here and then continue cleaving in a counterclockwise direction. So cleave here and then cleave here and then cleave here and then cleave here. So what you want to do is stand close and just run with it, but don't run into the AoE. Okay, let's watch. So I'm standing on this side. The next hit is gonna be over here. See, it's sustained, so you don't want to step in it. Like, ES, the dancer, stepped in it for a bit, they got burned. Okay, so you don't want to step in it. You want to stay here and wait until it disappears and then go forward. Okay, now it's gone, so we can move over just a little bit so we don't get hit. I would recommend standing closer to the hitbox so that you don't have to move as much, but you can definitely stand further out. It's just, yeah, you gotta prepare yourself for the movement. Okay, here, exhaust. We've seen this a lot. It's a long AoE, just dodge that. We'll see the rotating thing again, so I'll explain it one more time once we see it. Cerulean Vent is gonna be a raid wide. Yes. Okay, rotating thing again. This time it's going clockwise. I also noticed that the other one was blue, this one's yellow. So maybe that's part of it. Okay, so it starts here, and then the next one is going to be here, and then it's going to be here. Okay, so we want to stand over on this side to start. So stay here to start. See, we're all clustered close to the inside, so we don't have to move as much. Okay, so stay there. This stays out. So don't walk in yet. Wait until it disappears. And I know it's getting closer, but if you huddle close, as soon as this disappears, then you can go in. And keep moving a little bit. Okay. Wolf is doing it again, so we're gonna get hit here, and we're gonna have to keep going clockwise. So as soon as I see the thing disappear, I go towards it. But you want to be careful because you might overshoot, because there's a moment there. Okay, like we're going, right? Or we're waiting and then we're gonna go. And it goes again. If you keep going in a circle and overshoots, at this point, you might run into this because, like at here, it goes away momentarily, but he's about to slap down. So if you accidentally forget that this is where the first one is and you run in here, you'll get hit. So, careful with that. Okay, so we wait until it disappears, then we can move. There we go. Okay. And I turn the boss away from everyone. Okay, we got a stack marker, so stack together. Exhaust, get out of that. And yeah, that's the first fight. The biggest mechanic there is that rotating AoE thing, okay, so that will take some practice to familiarize yourself with the pattern. Okay, we got all this stuff dropping here, so just watch out. I'm not sure if it can hurt you, but maybe it will, so yeah. Here we go, parking it here. Walk through this stuff, this pathway. See, it's kind of hard to know you can keep going, you know? So I didn't want to just run into the wall. That's why my pools have been a little erratic. Yeah, so we probably could have taken that whole last lot into this area, but I just didn't know. And that's also fine, you know? Like, I hadn't run this in a long time. And so if it's your first time, just pull whatever. I mean, if like for me, if I don't know the dungeon and someone else is like running ahead at me, I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. I mean, worst that happens is they take damage and like, you know, get hit with stuff as a treasure. And I just follow them and it's fine. Okay, here, there's a lot of like people here and you'll see the NPCs, and a tricky thing with this is sometimes I might target the NPCs and then I won't be able to do attacks. There's a treasure here. So if you have issues with targeting, you might notice that more here with all the NPCs that are hanging out. So be mindful of that. Alright, we got all this stuff here. So I'm just gonna pull it together. I guess worst case that if someone's running ahead and they're expecting the tank to like grab everything, which the tank, you know, that's their job, they will, that can cause some frustration for people. So it depends who you're playing with. Okay, somewhere here somebody got targeted with an attack. Target search, okay. And it was, yeah, here, this AoE. If you have that, you want to run out, you can run out. Okay, so the healer ran out so that it didn't hit everybody else and everyone else could stay inside. Yeah, I'm pretty chill with running stuff now. Like, if people want to run ahead, I don't really care. But when I was first playing, I was a bit more, there's treasure here, rigid about stuff. I'm like, no, the tank's supposed to go first, and it's kind of annoying and all these things. But now I'm just like, worst case they die. Maybe they'll complain about stuff, but that's not my problem. I'm just trying to enjoy playing the game. So, okay, Nitro Spin. This is probably going to be a raid wide. Yup. Okay, now we got fire outside. Okay, he's gonna go under the ground, okay? And so I'm panning around the stage to see this, okay? When I figure where that is, I move off to the side, because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a big ol' line AoE that comes out. You're not gonna be able, there was no telegraph. It didn't show you that it was gonna be there. So your only tell is the boss goes under the ground, digs around, and then one of these rocks somewhere is going to start glowing, and that's where the line is going to come from. So then you just get to the sides of it. Okay. Wait until it goes away, okay, and then the boss rolls out. Tank buster. Ooh, get out of that. Oh, wow. Okay, now you definitely want to get out of this. So this one happened first, and then the, what's that, 670 degrees or something, 3/4 of the stage. All right, so you gotta get out of that. Nitro spins or raid wide. Freezing missile. Oh, okay, we got AoEs. Oh, okay, so these, what, freezing whatever things, right? And then I see this thing, and so as soon as this stuff hits, you gotta get out to the sides. Okay, run. Nice. It happens pretty quickly. So you gotta pan your camera to figure out where it's coming from. See, first it came from here, and the second time it was up here. Right? The line AoE thing, when it burrowed under and then... Okay, yeah, so for this fight, definitely remember that you gotta pan your camera around so that you can figure out where the glowing thing is, and that's gonna be the big ol' line AoE. Okay, so again, here we got ads, and we also got more of our NPC friends, so be sure to target the ads and not the NPCs. And bring all this stuff, and more things will land. I'll take care of. Who's treasure here? Yeah. Now that we're in like higher end content, I feel like there are a bit more expectations for people to do certain like job roles. So if if you were like a new tank because you picked up like Gunbreaker or Dark Knight or things, or got a boost or something, I would say just let somebody know that it's your first time tanking. Because if you're like level 80, 90, 70, whatever, running this, people are generally going to expect, oh, see that divine thing? This thing comes out of the wall. I'm gonna pull this guy and take him to the next set of ads, because it opened up over here. If you're a higher level in a class, people are gonna expect that you know at least the basics of stuff. And so if you just let them know this is your first time tanking, then they'll be more patient about stuff and maybe even give tips on things. Similar to like healing, like I would expect someone who has a leveled up healer that they'd be pretty good with the basics of healing, unless they tell me. Like otherwise I'm not gonna know. And which is also why at the beginning when I'm tanking, I do like smaller pools just to kind of get an idea. Okay, proximity stuff, so run to the sides. Overall, it's all about communication, you know? Playing an MMO, a massive multiplayer online game, and you're not really gonna know. You can assume a few things, but it's better if you really like to play a certain way to just let people know, and then, you know, it's fine. Okay, this ad is a little different. He does this unbreakable Stormblood blade thingy, and so when Kan Isena throws up this big old bubble, you want to run into the bubble and get this elemental blessing so you don't die. You want to go in here. So see, we all have the elemental blessing, so we don't take damage from the thing. Oh, vulnerability down. Vulnerability is down, and so we're not as vulnerable. Yeah. Okay, watch out for that big AoE. All CS didn't make it. They're right there. Oh, they like went back, but then they probably... yeah, okay, so they probably just timed it wrong. They clearly were trying to dodge it. Okay, this is, with Red Mage, you have this move where you can jump in and you can jump backwards. And so you can see CS going backwards to dodge this AoE. And as soon as this, it went away, the visual aspect of it, they jumped forward, but they got clipped by it. Snapshot. So be careful of you play like that. You might get hit with some stuff. It's fine, it only took half their health. Okay. Here, self-detonate is probably going to be a big old thing, but then Lise is, you know, doing her thingy. And yeah, so she takes care of it. Treasure here. This fight's gonna be a bit challenging. Even for me, it was like, whoa. It's hard to get the tell of stuff, but we're fighting two of them. Usually one at a time, but there's definitely two of them around. Of the sisters. I'm pretty sure they're sisters. Okay. I get a target marker on me, and I also get the tank buster, okay? So I'm moving it away from people here. So I get that, and then, okay, I'm getting targeted. The sister, one of the sisters over here, the blue one, okay? So, order to bombard. They're gonna do a thing. Oh. I heard a thing on this side, and there's like a glowing thing over there. And so, yeah, everyone gets this thing on them, the line. And so you want to move so that you're not overlapping with other people, and you also want to dodge this stuff. Okay? Okay, and then also this one will target a random person and do a line AoE. So we all get hit with this. It's a knockback. So yeah, I sure got hit with a lot there. Alright, so one more time. You would think this is the safe spot. I thought it was. But when you get hit with these X things, it's hard to see because of my hotbar, but when you get hit with it, looks like we get knocked back. And we get some damage, but because I got knocked into the center, I got hit with the Angry Salamander line AoE, but then also those circle AoEs. Okay, so I got hit with all of those. You can see how much it took out of my health, alright? And again, I'm the tank, so I'm still alive because I got tank privilege, but pretty sure anybody else would have died. Okay, so you gotta be careful with that mechanic. Basically, what you want to do is similar to what everybody else here did. Don't stand near this thing. Instead, go further away, out. So like everybody over here was fine. So you get hit with it, but then you get knocked back into a clear space, and then you don't have to deal with this whole thing. So there we go. Alright, Artificial Plasma is raid wide. Woo, that takes a lot of damage. Okay, so here we got a cross thingy. See, on the side here, there's the X. So it's crossing through all the stuff. Yeah, you want to avoid that. It's a tank buster. Okay, now CS is targeted. Yeah. What's going on with that? Oh, I think they just got shot. It wasn't anything too significant. See, they've got health here. And it looks like this person, this blue sister, just shot them for 5,000. But it's not so bad. Because like earlier at the beginning of the fight, I remember I had like 2 targets on me. I was trying to figure out what that was. And it just looks like I get shot at. Yeah, so she shoots me. Oh, I didn't get hit there. Then, yeah. Let's back it up a little bit more. I think it was at the very beginning. This is when I also got the tank buster. Yeah. Okay. Air's Bane. So I got shot with that, but it doesn't seem like it do too much damage. It's like a little bit of damage. Yeah. So it's not something you have to really run away from. It's just gonna happen. So healers will just have to heal you up for that. But yeah, so CS, well, as tank, it doesn't look like that much. But for a non-tank, when they get hit, you can see significantly that they take some damage there. Okay. Now, this phase is gonna be a little difficult, okay? The blue sister is doing the X thingy, and she's gonna go this way. So you don't want to stand here. No. Now, the red one, let's take a look. The red one is going to show these lines going across, and it's gonna go all over the stage, and that's the direction she's gonna like bounce everywhere. So you want to stand not in line with that, and it happens very quickly. so it's very kind of challenging to deal with. But definitely you don't want to stand in this area, okay, with this X here. So we know that for sure. So now let's just watch. Look at the lines shimmering all over the place. I know it can be kind of difficult to figure out. Yeah. Okay. So, how I figured it out. I tried to just notice a line, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand over here, and because I don't see anything crossing over here, so hopefully that's just fine. So I move over here, and what this healer does is, and they run all the way across the stage, and it looks like we're all basically okay, kind of, even though all this is like running all over the place. Okay, so none of us got hit with that. But let's see. So CS, they ended up running to the back here. Yeah, looks like they kind of knew that it was going to cross like this, and so they're in this little corner. Yeah, so it looks like this slice was okay. But yeah, me and ES were over here, and the healer ran all the way over here and stood there. So, sweet. The best I can recommend is pray. But also don't stand in front of the X. And when you see the very first one, just go across it. Because everything else that goes inwards, there's clearly stuff that's going to happen there. But over here, I was like, I don't think anything else is going to happen over there. So that's why I chose that spot. Instead of going between the stuff, I don't know how CS saw that so quickly. But yeah. Okay, moving on. Give each other a high five. That's nice. Okay, raid light. I turn my camera because when they're outside, stuff just happens. So I want to see where the other sister is. Okay, this is a tank buster. Okay, see, I saw the sister. They're in this long AoE, so I'm like, I get out of that. Like, I look for the sister because I'm like anticipating something happening, and then the long AoE came out. I'm like, okay, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Okay, commence airstrike. Okay, they're gonna drop these cerulean tank whatever things. We saw this in one of the fights before. Keeper of the Lake, I think. Okay. Air's Bane. This is the one where she targets a random person and does a little bit of attack. Remember the first time I got targeted twice and took some hit, and then that one time CS did. This time, you can see the tether here. They're targeting a tank. Like a cerulean tank that's already burning red, so it's probably gonna blow up. And look, it does. Okay, there's an AoE there, it's gonna blow up. Now the pattern here is, as soon as this blows up, the two next to it blows up. Okay, so you gotta get out of there. And then the sister's over here, and she does this line AoE, and so you need to get out of this area, but then these two are going off. So basically it went in order from here to here to here, and then these ones, and then it'll be these ones. Okay, play that out. Okay, somebody died because they weren't able to run out fast enough. Let's go back and we'll just watch it. Okay, so the sister targets one of the bombs, it blows up, and then the next ones right next to it blow up, and then the next ones right next to that blows up, and we also have this line AoE. So you want to, like, there was enough room on the side here for me to stand, so let's see, but it looks like on this side there's not as much space to stand. So if you're over here, you want to run this way, and over here you might be trapped, so your best bet is to run this way. Okay, but then over here, when these two go off, See, CS is kind of trapped and ES is kind of just hella in there. But it looks like here you do have a safe spot right in front of the sister. After she does her line AoE, okay, you can run into this spot and stay there. Which is what CS did. What they tried to do, they got hit. And ES instead, what they tried to do is run through it. First one goes off, the next row goes off, the next one is gonna go off, and then this last one, all three go off. Okay, so ES inevitably got hit with at least 2, maybe even 3, because they might have gotten into this overlap part here, and that might have been enough to just, yeah, kill them. Okay. The healer was able to escape up north because they ran. Okay, the healer was there. They ran out of this range of this, and then they waited, and then they ran over to the left, so they were able to be okay. CS took the little spot and they got hit with only 1. ES got hit with all of it. Okay, now for me, I was already in a good space and I was able to back it out and then move myself out of the way. I was also fortunate that like this AoE left room right here for me. Unlike over here, it looks like it goes outside the, see here, it goes outside the stage. So it really depends on the configuration of the bombs. If you kind of notice here, we got this here, here. This one is closer. It's like inside this middle ring. And this one over here is on the outer ring. Okay, this bomb. So that means it's going to be out here like this. But this one's closer to the middle, so you're probably going to get an open spot over here. All right. Just a few little things to look out for. I know it's a lot. Okay. Now the hero's going to raise this person, and then I am just taking care of the boss here. Artificial plasma is a raid wide, and then I also noticed, oh, she dropped here. Oh, okay, we have a long AoE. So get out of that. Okay, now the boss, okay, she's doing these X things, and then we also have these AoEs. The AoEs drop underneath us, so we just have to dodge out of that. But then these X things, okay, it's these lion things, okay? So the red sisters, the one that dropped the circle AoEs, you can see her animation there. Ooh. IE, okay, they're able to run out, but CS is like kind of in the middle of that. So it looks like they, yeah, got clipped again. Weren't able to run out fast enough. Okay, and we got a raid wide here. And then the sister's doing the long AoE again. So make sure you're not standing in it. Oh, the healer is raising. So, and they're right in it. So, sad times. Okay. But we got this transition screen, so it might be okay. We got the raise out. Healer's just healing us up. Okay, sisters come back. The red one's outside, blue one's inside. The blue one's gonna go outside again, and we got these like circle AoEs on us, okay? So when they're doing this configuration, where the blue, or one of them's facing the other with an X, that's when they're gonna like basically run back and forth towards each other, knocking around the stage. So with this, I turn my camera and I'm trying to just see both of them. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I can't stand here. But looks like the first one might be like this. And so I'm gonna try to just run in this side again. And with my AoE, I bring it over there. And then, so I get hit with it, but then I also saw, very quickly, I saw that this line was here, and I was like, oh shoot, I actually can't stand here, I'm gonna park it over here a little bit more. So we all get hit with the circle AoE on us, okay? We're all there. And then I'm moving out of the way so I don't get hit with all this stuff over here. Fortunately, we got 2 deaths. So this is a difficult mechanic, just because it's hard to figure out the pattern and it's hard when it disappears. Okay, but circle AoE in general, you know, you just spread apart. So here it goes here, and then it goes here, and then it's gonna go back this way. And then it goes there, and here's a line here. So I guess this person might have tried to go between here. And yeah, ES is in this corner. CS is in that corner. Okay. Okay. So, look at this. The blue one went there, and then now it's over here. But the healer is also right here. So when the red one goes over here, I think that's when the healer dies. They got a sprint on. But it looks like that's when the AoE goes off. Okay. Okay, the healer made it, that's fine. And now they're going like this. Okay, they're here, and the blue one's over here. Okay. But then when it goes back and hits this way, that's when CS was standing right there. So CS got hit with the line because they were right in front of the sister. And then here, it's gonna go this way because this is where the blue one is now. It goes this way. And ES is parked very close to the edge here. See, they're like up against the edge to avoid the thing. So I think they're fine. And then they ricochet again like that. But unfortunately, the healer dies because they're here, but look, now they go back this way, right through where the healer is standing. So yeah, the healer immediately dies. It's a very tricky mechanic. Okay, I have to say, like, it's so hard to read and remember where everything was. But so it's me and the dancer. Alright, we're trying our best. When the bosses are doing this cast, Imperial Authority, it's a slow cast, but if you don't destroy them by the time the cast goes off, then it's just a wipe. So I'm trying my best. I'm like, I can press buttons. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to play Dark Knight that I usually don't play. Okay. The dancer is using the limit break. So I was like, I hope that does enough damage. Ooh, it took down a whole boss. Okay, that was enough. Oh my gosh. That was a whole thing. I'm sure I've wiped to this many times. It's a very difficult situation. Especially if you're a new healer. Because I think I ran this when I was running as healer. And I was just like, dude, I can't even keep myself alive. So, you know, no worries. It's part of playing the game. Soon you'll be able to run it with the NPCs, and the NPCs will probably know where to go, so you could probably learn the pattern with them. But yeah. Cool! We did it. We're done with post-Stormblood stuff. We're gonna move on to Shadowbringers now. Okay. Goodbye.